Hello and welcome to Automation! What I've got for you today is yet another episode of me trying to recreate engines of the past as close to spec as it is possible. This one's been sitting on my list for over a month now, and it is finally time to bring to life a discount Corvette. Yes, today we are going to build a competitor for Porsche, which is my off-brand and heavily handicapped Porsche. What could go wrong here, right? Anyway, I've picked one of better known classics, which is Corvette C4 ZR1 from 1990. Whole C4 line was produced between 1993 and 1996, I believe, so yeah, the body is going to look like it's from the 80s, cause it is really from the 80s. Well, I guess that would be enough of an introduction, so let's move now to the designer. What body I've picked for this one is this one here, Cube body from 1979, which looks almost exactly like said Corvette. Well, I am not really sure what materials the original car was made from, but I know its final weight, that was 1572 kilos. So I am going to pick parts accordingly to meet this spec here and make this car weigh almost 1600 kilos. Sadly, I did not find any information about what type of suspension it had, so I am going to improvise here. The only thing I am sure is it had some kind of experimental active suspensions, so we might be able to copy that in Automation. We will see. Now let's move on to the main part, which is the engine. Obviously it is going to be V8 with 5.7 liter displacement. Well, the bore on this one is set to be 99.06 millimeters. Well, we can't go that precise in this game, sadly, but we can set it easily at 99, and for stroke it was 92.96, so we're going for 92, just like that. Sorry, I almost did a catastrophic mistake, which was rounding it up downwards rather than upwards. We are obviously going to make this engine 93 millimeters stroke, so yeah, we are where we should be now. Okay, now moving on, we are going dual overhead cam, 4 volts per cylinder, and again, let's go cast iron. Okay, now before we pick bottom end parts for this engine, let me tell you what we are aiming at. We are aiming at 375 horsepower at 5800 RPM and 502 Newton meters of torque at 4800 RPM. So it is very likely we are going to need high-end parts here. So let's just go with forged steel. Something what will withstand our quite high torque. I guess heavy duty cast would be fine. And here we will go with forged. I am not sure if we will need balancing mass for this one. So let's go classic for me, that is harmonic damper set at 0. Also, please be aware I am using official factory data for this type of builds, so even if the real thing wasn't reaching that 375 horsepower, I am going to make this engine like that, just cause these are the data I am using for this build. I am not sure what this engine could do in real life. I never had this car or I never seen one, so it is really hard to check, so please be aware. Now we are off to the top end. We are going for 11.2 uncompression. Cam profile, I am not sure what I will set it, but I will come back to it later. I have got no information about VVT in this engine. I know the red line was around 6400 RPM. So let's stay like that. No turbo, of course. And now we should pick a fuel injection system. I am not sure what kind of injection it had. All I know it was indirect. Well, we can't even pick direct injection here, so I guess that's good. But I am not sure what else I can do here. I've read something about 2 injectors per cylinder in this engine, but I am not sure about that. I don't think that was a reliable source, so I guess I am going to improvise here. So let's go with multi-point EFI single, and let's pick some kind of intake manifold, or let's just leave it at standard mid right now, and I will come back to it later when I will be tuning this engine. Yeah, it is similar story with exhaust system really. Let's just make it dual and leave it like that. Well, I know this car had already had a catalytic converter back in the 90s, so let's give it to it, and let's give it a muffler. Well, I guess I wasn't too much off. The torque curve and power curve does not look like anything in a real engine though. Well, I've seen the graphs, but I am not sure if I can make them like the real thing though. I can tell you we are where we should be, almost at least. So I guess we should restrict the engine in some places. Well, there was not much tuning to do in this one, really. I haven't spent much time on it, and we are where we should be, really. We are exactly at 375 horsepower, which was our goal. Where we are a bit lower on the RPM there, but that is no problem, and I managed to make this curve look like in the real thing, so that is good, I guess. And we are idling quite low, which is fine, so the cam profile isn't that high for this one. Okay, so let me run you through the other settings I've picked. Of course, you can see cam profile, lowered springs and lifters, and that is how I made this curve look more like the real thing. RPM is still where it was. Fuel system, not much change, just manifold size is a bit bigger. Fuel is premium 95, fuel map quite higher. The biggest change here is lowered quality, because otherwise we are making much too much horsepower. For the exhaust system, not much changed. I just gave it a 3-inch pipe, so it is not as restrictive, and well, it actually lowers our horsepower a bit. So yeah, I guess I could give you a little sample of how this engine sounds. Yeah, just what you would expect from old V8 engine. Okay, and now we are in Designer. Well, I am not sure what to do about this body. I guess I should at least stay close to what the Corvette looked like. But also I don't want to copy it one-to-one, so I guess I will just have to give it my honest try. Also, as you can clearly see, I gave it a name already. It is a chevron from this quite specific shape I am going to place here on the hood. That is literally the chevron. I used it on one of my previous builds, on the first recreating the engine video, I think. So yeah, I am going to keep that, and it will be my new brand name. American brand name, for real. And the other name, Spinette, well, a bit of foreshadowing, I guess. This is going to be a rear-wheel drive, as you can see. and I predict it will be spinning a lot. I will try to not let that happen, but well, you've seen what happened with my Porsche build, so I guess you should wish me luck, a lot of it. Well, the main issue with hidden headlights in Automation is they will not work in BeamNG.drive, so I was kinda trying stuff out like this. So these hidden ones up there, just for sake of the visuals, and normal ones down there. So basically this car would have two sets of headlights. I am not sure about that yet. I might change it around. I don't know. I guess it does not look that bad. Overall, at least. Well, there are a few things I want to try on this car still, on the front that is. So I guess I will tune in a bit to show you what I mean. My idea is to give this car some ventilation. Basically, I will do similar thing to what I did on a build with Forge, which people seemed to like, so why not use it again, right? The only issue is placing things like that is a ton of work, so yeah, that will be a lot of time before I'm done with it. But I hope it will be worth it. We will see. I have no idea why I made this vent so huge. My hand already hurts, but I am almost done, I guess. Just a few more fins. Okay, and I am done with the hood piece. I would love to make this flat part here disappear, make it transparent, but sadly it is not doable with this piece, so I guess we are staying like that. I can add few things there just for the visuals, but they will not do anything for us, sadly. So yeah, I don't know if I want them here. I guess it looks kinda better if I make them wider. Yeah, so front is done. I just added additional vent here, and I guess we can move on to the other parts of the car. That is, well, basically only the tail left and the interior. I am going to make an interior for this one. Not sure how detailed it will be, but there will be one that is certain. Well, there is not much you can do wrong about the rear end of a Corvette-like car. So yeah, these lights are quite simple. What I did here is put inside a vent, the tail lights inside a vent, and that's how they are nicely hidden inside a little bit. Or other than that, there's the name of the car, the chevron, and right now I just should add an exhaust pipe and a license plate. So I guess I will do it right here around. Maybe I will give it a little spoiler too, I am not sure. Also, I just need to add door handles, mirrors, wipers and stuff like that. These little pieces are here to, well, define the body a little bit. I just did another thing that took way too much time. Well, but I guess at least we have some detail on the rear window. It is not completely empty anymore. So it won't poke our eyes so hard now. There's still the exhaust to do. I am not sure if I should let it hanging down there or do some kind of a nice cutout in the rear bumper, or maybe, just maybe, I could move it forwards. Well, it looks like I am done with the exterior of this car. I gave it door handles, wipers, aerial, some kind of fuel cap. Also, I made these cutouts for exhaust, which looks quite nice. I tried moving it forwards and replace it this piece with the exhaust, but it does not want to work with this body, or at least with two mufflers on this exhaust. So I guess the only thing left here is to make an interior. I am going to build something with two seats. I don't know if I will give it a rear bench. We will see what can I find in the interior pieces, sorry. Well, I've started designing the interior. I am quite fond of this color scheme I've picked initially, that is this grayish mixed with red. So very likely the seats I am going to place inside this car are going to be red also. The dashboard is going to be kept in this color scheme too, likely with a lot of plastic, as it is with these cars of that period. And I don't know, maybe I should change color of these fins to something like that too, just to give it some contrast. Not sure yet. A little update. Well, as you can see, there is no place for a rear bench in this car, so even if I tried to, there's no way I could manage to put anything in there. I guess changing color there was a good idea after all. It looks better. It gives the whole interior some contrast. Well, there are a few little pieces that I need to place, like handbrake, manual gearbox, and of course the wheel itself. Well, I guess this is all I want to do with this build in Automation. I guess we should move on. As you can see, I basically fully fitted this interior with a lot of different pieces. I wanted to place a radio here, but sadly I don't have anything that would fit the 90s vibe. Although we still have our AC control that is in 90s style. The wheel is also not like it used to be, but it should work. I am not sure about this odometer. I guess it will stay anyway. I just need to fix it a bit and it should be fine. Same with the wheel, which is a bit sideways. Okay, it should be good now. So I decided to experiment a bit with the hood piece I made earlier. As you can see, I have painted it completely black, so it gives a little bit of contrast and it stands out from away. I feel like it looks better, but I am not sure. Let's see how it looks with this piece painted black also. Maybe, just maybe, it is what I was looking for all this time. Yeah, I feel like this is better. I don't know about you, but I feel like this is better. Okay, this is too much. I overdid it. Okay. But maybe some other parts could be painted black also, so it is not just all red all around. Yes, I just painted a few plastic pieces black, so it brings out the body more, and it is all fine now. I guess the last thing to do here is to pick rims before I forget, as I usually do. I guess I should go for some kind of maybe 80s vibe style rims, I am not sure. These look like from a Corvette C3, I guess. Let me fiddle with it a bit. I think I will settle on these ones. They look quite nice. I'm not going to paint them. They are going to be left as steel or maybe aluminium. Now I am not sure. I am going to paint the calipers, that is for sure. Okay, with the wheels picked and drawn, we can start tuning this thing. I am going to set it as it was in real life, so real wheel drive, manual gearbox, 6 gears, and the last gear was tuned to reach even 449 horsepower. But this car never made that much of speed, of course. Still, the final gear was 3.45, well, here it is 2.23. I am not sure how it is calculated. The real thing at first gear could go up to 84 kilometers per hour, so I guess we are right about there. Well, as we can't tune individual gears in this game, I guess I could just go for shorter gear spacing, because in real Corvette C4 the first gear was quite long and the others were much shorter, so I am not sure what to do about that. I guess I could try to change it in BeamNG.drive, but well, I don't know how I feel about it. Well, so let's go with spacing like this one, cause why the hell not. Let's go open diff, cause I am not sure what the differential was on the real one, so let's assume it was open. I could do for fun some kind of limited slip differential, but maybe as a different export. Okay, let's go to the tires, let's go with sports compound, and let's make them like there were in a real one. Well, to bring these tires to the according spec, factory spec of this car, I had to move the fenders away, so it looks quite a bit different. It is much wider, that is for sure, but I guess it looks better in some way at least. So let's stay like that. Yeah, the front tires are supposed to be 275s, the rear tires 315s. So it is what we are at, and it is what we are going to stay at. I am not going to change it in any way, even to tune it to be more controllable. When it comes to brakes, I am going to make them just so they are enough to stop this thing. It is going to, well, weight quite a lot still, so they are likely going to be massive. Also, this is why I'm going solid disc. Maybe I should go for vented, but that's later when we get the graphs done. Well, it looks like we are only 20 kilos off with the weight, so I guess I am not going to mess with it anymore, or maybe, just maybe it will bring us where we want to be. Okay, let's go. 1572, as you remember, this is the official wave, in the documents at least, of the Corvette C4 ZR1. So yeah, we are on the spot. As you remember, I said this car had active suspension, some kind of experimental active suspension, so yeah, let's go with it. Also, I just noticed I messed up the headlights somehow. I need to fix them, but I will do that in a second. When it comes to the tuning, we are going to be riding quite low, so this car looks nice too, and we are going to get a lot of stiffer suspension, so maybe let's tune it via preset for sport and make it lower once again, and I will likely do or not, I will not change it. Let's stay like that, it looks fine. We will see how the preset export to BeamNG.drive with the new suspension simulation. The game says we still are wheel spinning, so I guess maybe the gearing won't be that bad. We are spinning only in 2 first gears, so it is not that bad. These gears are still quite long. Well, but it is how it was in a real one, so let's stay like that. And the top speed game says we are going to make 303 kilometers per hour. I guess we are going to try it in BeamNG.drive later on. That is, the wheels are still the right size. Game did not mess with them. That's good. This curve is promising. We might be able to steer even. That is, there are some nice G's in cornering, so might not be that bad. I guess I have to make the front discs stronger and the rear ones a bit weaker. Let's give it a slight race path type, because why not? And this is quite bad. Front is generating a lot of uplift for us. The rear has some uplift too, sadly, so I don't know what to do here. I guess I could add another lip on the front to try to make it better. Okay, the good information is we are not generating any uplift anymore. We have slight downforce, so I guess that is fine. I am not going to make this car stick to the ground any better, because it is quite a bit stock, as you can see, and there's not much on it, so it would not be, or at least it would not feel realistic. Also, why the heck is this chevron flipped around? Also, I have to change it. And the back is also broken. Okay, I need to look this car over again after changing the body slightly. Okay, everything seems to be in order, so this is the state. I am going to export this car into BeamNG.drive, so yeah, see you in a bit. Okay, here we are in BeamNG.drive, and the car exported just right. It looks great, I must say. I don't see any fixtures that would be broken here. Okay, let's try driving it around. It has some wheel spin still. Well, we are on Johnson's Valley on a highway, and I guess this is a good place to check its top speed, so the good thing here is it does not want to spin around as we pick up speed, as it was with the my knockoff Porsche, so I guess I improved there, and it's good I fixed this issue with an uplift. We don't have much downforce too, so yeah, like you can see, well, it is fairly easy to lose traction at high speeds. Well, with the gearing we have here, it is quite hard to pick up speed. As you can see, I am only on 50 gear and we are at 280 kilometers per hour, so I guess with proper tuning this car would be a lot faster. But well, I tried to stay as close to spec as it is possible, so yeah, here we are. Yeah, now we are going downhill. Yeah, it is rather impossible to reach 300 kilometers per hour with this car, and it spins around, so I guess it lives up to its name after all. Still, it has quite a bit of power and it is quite fun to drive, so yeah, next thing we should do with this one is to take it on a drag strip and race it, as I usually do. I have to pick some other of my muscle cars though. Let's try running it against the Drachen first, if AI even manages to line it up, because for some reason it constantly turns off. As you can hear, I don't know what the hell is wrong with it. Come on, AI, move it. Jeez. Okay, finally. Not that bad of a start, but yeah, clearly we are losing it. And I missed a gear back there. Why was I disqualified? Well, I guess I probably cross the line there for a bit. Okay, let's try that again, this time against our fierce competitor, that is the frog car Forge, and we'll see how it will go. Come on, AI, line up. Come on. Okay, it did it. Much better starter, but still a bit too slow. Let's at least see what time I can make it. Well, 12.1 seconds, and he did it in 11.8. Well, let's try that once again. Yeah, so let's see what AI can do with our new build car. Yeah, we are line up. It takes a bit of time to shift into gear for some reason. I am pressing the shift button way earlier. I don't remember it being like that before, so I am not sure what it is all about, and I did much better time than AI anyway, which was still worse than our last run, so that is strange. Well, I guess we can finish this video here. Nothing much I have planned for this car. I guess I showed off it properly. It looks quite nice. It would turn the eye IRL, that is for sure. It's fun to drive up to the third gear at least. Then it is very slow. Nothing happened there. I feel like this car is a bit too low on the front for some reason. It drags a bit. Well, it does not seem like it does so, but you can hear it sometimes, this metal screeching on the ground. I don't know why is that. Well, you can control this car fairly well, even putting the pedal to the metal all the time. And as I say that, I am spinning around. Well, after all, it is a spinette. So yeah. Okay, let's finish this video. And as usual, at the end, I'd like to ask you to comment, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. More coming, that is for sure. Yes, so thanks for watching and see you in the next one.